So we are live. So hey guys, it's Heather Boyd Wire here, and this is episode 54 of Wire Lady TV. Now, if you're wondering why the background's a little different, it's because I'm upstairs today. It's sometimes the Wi-Fi downstairs isn't great, so this is where I usually work at my dining room table, and it's a little shadowy. I brought my light box upstairs, so hopefully the work area will be nice and bright. And if you're hopping on, just introduce yourself in the comments, and I'm going to just make sure that I can see all of your comments and stuff. Click on the video, and there we go. So I'll just put it down a little bit, and if you guys want to say hello, that would be amazing. Oh, here's Joanna. Hey Joanna, how are you? I'm going to just flip my screen. And Peggy's here. You guys are so punctual. That's awesome. So let me just set this up. And here is sketches for what we're doing today. And I'll just make sure that everything's okay here, that we're not going to lose any sight of anything. So I think I'm going to have to move this back a little bit. There we go. And there's Marie. Hey Marie, how are you? So let me bring the lights a little bit closer. Hopefully it's going to be bright enough. I don't usually do my live streams upstairs, but like I said, it's the Wi-Fi in the basement isn't always great. So let's just go with this. And Joanna says, a happy spring. Yes, tomorrow is the first day of spring. I don't know if you guys live in a cold climate. We live in Montreal, so we're very, very happy it's spring. Everything was melting today, so it's kind of amazing. We're all very happy about that. And yeah, I haven't been regular with my live streams for the last few weeks just because we get really busy. So I might end up doing them every second week, but for now I'm still going to try to do them on the Wednesdays. And I really appreciate you guys, your patience. And you can always get updates on my Facebook page, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club. If you're not already a member, please join the group on Facebook. We're having a lot of fun. We got a lot of members now, and people are posting some amazing, amazing stuff. So today I thought I'd do like a really super easy video. Somebody in the Facebook group asked me how to make two earrings that are the same size. And I had referenced one of my videos, which was this one, how to make the treble clefs the same size. And it's a real hack, and it's super easy to do. So maybe I'll start with that one because it's one of my easier designs. And it's one that's really easy to make two at the same time. So what I'm going to be working with 20 gauge wire today. I just find it's sort of the standard gauge wire that I use, and it's really a nice gauge. It's not too thick, not too thin. And so for most of my earrings, I use 20 gauge. So let's start with the treble clef. I'll move that out of the way for now. And so what I just get a couple of wires here. I cut them about 6 inches long. That's probably a good length. Always better to cut it too long than too short. So what I do to get them the same size is I just do them both at the same time. Now, not the whole earring at the same time, but I do at least the outline. So what I would do is, because I know this design by heart, I'll just do it to show you how it works, and then you'll see there's a little bit of a twist at the end. So what I would do is, this part is actually to be the bottom part of the treble clef. I left this quite long because you can actually put a bead on it or not. And then if you want them the same height, then you're just going to go ahead and get your height going first, so you know. So if you bend it like that, right away you have the same height for the treble clef. And then you want to make the loop about the same size. So we're just going to like do our little loop here. So once we have that, we have the basic dimensions of the treble clef. And then you go ahead and pull it apart. And then what you would do is just complete your circle like that. You'll see this one is super, super easy. So we'll complete the circle like that. And then we're going to hold the top and just, this is where the magic happens. So it looks like that, doesn't look like a treble clef, but as soon as you push this over, magic, it's a treble clef. So there you go. So you could do that. And then we're just going to take this and bend it to the back. Very simple. And then cut it. And then for this part, you have a choice. You could just do a simple loop, or you could do a bead. So let's go ahead and do the other one. So we're on the same page with the other one. Same thing. You're just going to complete the circle around like that. Well, I got to watch if you guys are commenting too. So if you ever have any questions while we're on the live stream, you can go ahead and ask me. If I miss the questions, I apologize. And you guys are free to chat amongst yourself while I'm working on stuff as well. So here's the second treble clef, and we're just going to cut the end. And then as always with your ends, you want to just push it in a bit so it's not too pokey. And then, like I said, for here, you could simply do like a little loop on the end. But if you want to make it more fancy, you can actually put a bead. And I forget with my other video if I put a bead or not. It's cool, Joanna? It's very, very easy once you know how to do it. It probably took me months to actually figure out the design when I originally made it. But I've been making this design for probably 25, well, maybe almost 30 years. So I've kind of got it down pat. So what you would do is put your bead on there, and then you could surround the bead with the wire. So what I would do is put it around to the front, and then you could like wrap it right around to the back. Now I didn't cut the wire quite long enough to do a complete loop around, but that's the idea. You would bring it around to the back. I usually would leave the end a little longer so it sits a little better at the back. But so what I could do with this one, just to show you guys, is we'll open it up and we're going to put it in there. I move it down a little bit, it's going to have more give on the wire. So then we're just going to twist it around to the front first. Okay, around the front, and then this part around to the back. And like I said, it's not quite long enough. So if you were going to do the bead, you can just leave that end a little longer, like maybe about 2 inches or so. It's not too bad. It kind of fits right in there. So there we have our 2 treble clefs that are the same size. So that's the hack for the treble clef. And then you can use the same concept with other designs. So let's try a different wire. That was actually an aluminum wire. So let's go ahead and try it. This is I believe it's copper. It's not marked as copper, but this one I bought at Michael's. I don't know if you guys have a Michael's in your area, but that's what we have in our area. Marie says nice. Yeah, thank you. I love that design. It's very simple. I also have another design that's the musical note, and sometimes I make pairs of earrings that one side is a note and one side is a treble clef. So that's kind of cool. So now for the, I'm going to try the flower earring. I did a little sketch for it there. Whenever I go on the bus, my daughter and I often go downtown for different like shows and events and stuff. So whenever I go downtown, I always bring my sketchbook and work out ideas on the bus. So that's really fun. So if I'm going to do the flower, what I can do is just get my larger round pliers. I'm going to put the 2 wires together again, working with 2 at once. And then we're just going to kind of bend. I'm not going to make this one too big. We're going to go like that, because my pliers have a pretty good size round end to it. So if you don't have large enough pliers, you could even use a pen to do the loop with. But because these pliers are pretty good, I'm just going to use the pliers. So let's go ahead and just go ahead. And like you see, I'm kind of eyeballing it. Sometimes it's hard to get the proportions right. But like I said, I've done a lot of this type of thing. So I kind of have an idea of how I should do it. And even if it's not perfect, it's okay. So we're just doing the outline of the flower both at the same time. And then that way the earrings get to be the same size. So I think 5 petals for the flower would be good. We're going to go around like that. Okay. And what have I done here? Okay, so let's see how we want to finish it. So once you have your flower shape done, then you pull them apart, and then you can decide how you want to finish the flowers. So we can, maybe I'll just finish it at the top actually. I'm just trying to think, or though it might be nice to have a bead inside. So you can actually do that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just bring this end in here. Okay, I'm going to just bring this end in here. I hadn't thought in advance of how I wanted to finish this one. Could do that. So we'll just finish it in like this. because you could hang the hook on one of the petals if you want. I'll finish these in two different ways to show you guys two different things you could do. But that really shows you how you can make them the same size if you want. So say you wanted just to finish this simply, you can just go like that and even put a little bead inside if you wanted. Let's see what I have over here. I have this bright pink bead. I'm not sure if I like that or not. I'll do just this little bead in here. So we're going to go like this. And so you can put like a little bead inside. And this one, like I said, I'm just finishing it very simply. So we're going to bend that to the back and just cut it. So here's like one way to finish it with a bead in the middle. That could be kind of an idea. And then you would just put a hook on one of those. But say you wanted to finish it somewhat differently, what we could do is just bring that up like that. Okay. I'm going to try to finish this one at the top. So let's just do this petal like this, because we can always add another wire after if we want. So I'm going to do this one where I finish it at the top, because sometimes when you finish it in the middle, it's a little lopsided. So we're going to go like this, and in the center of the petal, just move it up. And then we want to finish this here. So we're going to complete the petal like that, and just bend this around and clip the end. Get that one in there. And yeah, and you guys can let me know in the comments what sort of projects you're working on. If you have, it doesn't have to be jewelry related, any creative projects you're working on. I'm always curious to see what people like to do. And so here, like you see, I can finish the flower at the top, and you could put a bead at the top if you wanted. Let's just do it that way. Let's keep it simple. Here's a fun little bead. We're just going to put like a little funky bead at the top, and then just bend that and do a little loop, because you always need a loop to hang up the earring on. So we're just going to do a little loop there, and we'll cut it. And I don't think I'm going to run into too much trouble with these designs, because these are all designs I've more or less done before. Sometimes when I do the live streams, I do like brand new designs, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But this, I'm going to keep it pretty simple this week. So this is kind of a cool design. It's very organic. And you'll see there is your, almost looks like an octopus, but it's very cute. Actually, you could make an octopus with the same way where you have, I've done that before, where I've made octopus earrings with, and they become both the same size because I do the two wires together. So here's the flower with it ended at the top and the bead in the middle. So that's kind of cool. So I thought I'd do another one, maybe a more geometric one, like a kind of a square or a triangle. So tell me in the comments if you would rather see the square or the triangle, and I'll do that now. I'll just cut the wire for that. And for that one, I'm going to use the aluminum wire, because the aluminum wire really makes a nice sharper bend. The copper wire sometimes is really soft and it bends like a little, it makes more of a soft bend, but the aluminum makes a nice little crisp bend. So Joanna says triangle. I love you guys when you make executive decisions. That's awesome. So let's do the triangle. So what I'm going to do for the triangle, I just have to figure out the best way to start here. I think I'm going to start in the middle, and we'll see how it goes from there. So first I'm going to clip it, because you want the two ends to be at a sharp, like a nice cut flush like that. And so what I'll do is I'll get my flat pliers, and I'm going to try to start in the middle. We'll see how it goes. So we'll hold it quite close to the end, maybe about 1/8 of an inch from the end. We're going to bend it. Okay, and the idea is we want to make triangles. So let's see how this is going to work. If it doesn't work, I'll just start again. So we'll go around like that. And then you're a little limited with, how big the tip of your pliers are. My tips aren't too bad. I was going to try to do it with the round pliers, but the round pliers will make more of a soft bend. This will make like more of a crisp bend when you use your flat pliers. So we're just going to go around and around. And this is great because you can get them the same size. I mean, the other way to get, say, a triangle with the same size, you could do, sometimes I make these jigs where I have a board and I stick little nails in the board and to make like a little template. So, but for this one, it's just kind of freestyle. So we'll just do it this way, freestyle. And maybe I'll make it a little bigger. Maybe I'll just do one more, like, you can make it, there's no real rule about how big you want to make it, so I'll just go ahead like this. So what I could do is I could go ahead and just make a simple triangle, or I can add another triangle to the top to do like a little, I think I have another tutorial where I do like a double triangle, so I'll link that up in the description below. But just to make it more like some of the sketches I've done, I'm going to do it, I could either do it upside down or right side up. What do you guys think? Do you think upside down with the beads on top, or right side up for the triangles? Let me know. And Joanna says, we received a plethora of fruits and veggies, so we put googly eyes on some fruits and veggies. Just real fruits and veggies? That's cute. Upside down. Okay, yay. That's what I was thinking too. So, so we're on the same wavelength. So what you want to do now is just bend this sort of towards around the middle. But look what you can do now. I've cut this wire way too long, but that's okay. So now when you're ready to put your beads on, all you have to do is take these, careful they don't get tangled up, take them apart so you see they're the same size, which is fantastic. So yes, we have a consensus for upside down. That's fantastic. So what you want to do is bend this up at a right angle. Say you're using silver wire for this, you're going to definitely want to use like a half hard silver wire because you want the wire to be quite stiff for this. I'm going to just trim it now so we have enough to put beads, but not too much that it's going to get out of the way here. So here's our triangles, which are super cool, and then I'm going to put some beads. So I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite beads. This tray I use all the time, my beads for a lot of my jewelry here. I have these miracle beads that I always talk about, and this is a mix of miracle beads and cat's eye beads. So cat's eye beads are they're like a sort of a fiber optic bead with a line through them. So this is sort of a mix of cat's eye. I have some round glass beads. Oh, Evoyan is here. That's fantastic. How are you? Do you have any of your 10 granddaughters with you? I love that email you sent me about making things for your granddaughters. That's so beautiful. And here's a little faceted bead. And so let's just put some beads on here. So what colors do you think? What color beads do you guys think I should put on these triangles? You guys let me know. And then we'll put some nice colored beads on here. I have every color under the rainbow. I'll probably put 2 or 3 beads on top. So what are miracle beads? Miracle beads they're made out of, it's more like it's a plastic bead, but they're made in a way that they kind of glow. Like, I guess they call them miracle beads because they look really magical and miraculous because they have this beautiful little glow to them. Blue and green. Okay, so we could probably do blue and green. So let's see what we have here. And I have to tell you guys, I'm pretty good at drawing and I'm pretty good at doing wire art, obviously, but I'm not really good at choosing colors. So that's my big dilemma. So I'm going to just choose, oh, and pink. Oh my gosh, there's too many choices. So Evoyans has 10 granddaughters and 4 great-granddaughters. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Beautiful. So let's just go ahead and put some beads on here. So maybe some blue and green or something. Yeah, I'm really bad at choosing beads. So I should have got my daughter in here to help me choose them. No, that's more purple. This one's fun too. This is sort of, actually this one might work. It's sort of a speckly bead, so it has a few colors in it. Yeah, if I have another one like that, maybe we'll do that one. I'm not sure I have another one like that. I'm gonna have to see. Are my hands still in here? They are. Okay, perfect. So let's see what other colors we have. There's the cat's eye. And yeah, I think I only have one like that. So, sorry guys, I am so bad at choosing colors. I wish I could beam you guys over here and you can just dig in my beads and help me. So Joanna says, where do I get them? So I order all these beads online. This isn't too bad. Let's do it like this. And I could link up below where I buy the beads. I believe I got them on Etsy. These ones, I used to, sometimes I buy them downtown Montreal, but you can't always get the miracle beads. This is kind of cool. So let's do that. Let's see what else we have. And so that's like one miracle bead, one cat's eye bead, and let's see if this one, the trouble with the little cat's eye beads, sometimes they don't fit on the wire because they've got really small hole. Seahawks colors, is that what it is? That's so funny. Is that, tell me, do they play hockey? I'm not too up to date on the teams, but we have the Montreal Canadiens, of course, which are, I don't know how they're doing right now. I think they're doing pretty well. Yeah, let's see if there's another bead we can put on there too. There's another like that. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm really bad at this. Okay, so let's see what else we can get. Maybe we'll just do 2 beads. Can we just do 2 beads for now? And then you guys can make the same ones and post pictures in the Wire Art and Jewelry Club, and I bet they'll be more beautiful than these. But this just gives you an idea of the technique. So there's a couple ways you can finish them. You can make a loop and then twist it around a couple of times. But sometimes I prefer to do it very simply, just to cut it at about like 3/8 to 1/2 inch. Okay. They have blue, bright green, and silver. Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, there we go. So these are pretty well their colors. So what I do is I cut it the sort of the length that I need. So it's about 3/8 to 1/2 inch. We're going to bend it back, and then just with the sort of the flip of your wrist, like twisting your wrist, you just make the loop at the top. So that's pretty well it. And then it would be the same thing here. We're just going to cut this to about 3/8 of an inch. Okay. And then we're going to bend it like that. And then around like that. And then I'll just show you guys, I'm not going to put earring hooks on all of these, but I'll show you how these would look with the hooks. So I just buy these, they used to call them shepherd's hooks. I'm not sure if they still call them shepherd's hooks, these types of earrings. But when I first started making jewelry, that's what they used to call them. So they might still call them that. And so we're going to just open them up. Some people make their own hooks. If I was doing sterling silver, I have different kinds of hooks. And sometimes with sterling silver, I make my own hooks. So these are really cute, very simple. And you see they're exactly the same size, which is really amazing. You make the bending look so easy. Yes, that's 30 years of experience. So the only other one I wanted to try was this one here. I thought it would be cool to do something simple. And actually the reason I got thinking about that design was because we often go to a place called the Comedy Nest in Montreal. They have stand-up comedy and stuff. And one of the guys that is a comedian there, he's also a magician, and he does stuff on Instagram, and he did this trick with a pen, and the pen looked exactly like this. So I commented on his Instagram that I could make jewelry. My magic trick is I make jewelry with a pen like that. So I do have a design called the Flower of Life, another tutorial where I just wind wire around this and make this beautiful flower. So I'll link that one up in the description too. But this one I thought I'd try to make a simple design like a spring. So, but these ones, you don't need to do them at the same time because you know that they'll be the same size because this ring is always the same size. So Joanna says, Kansas City Chiefs fan, smack dab in the middle of Bronco territory. Yeah, that could be a little tricky. I'm actually from Ottawa, so my hometown team would be the Ottawa Senators, but when I was a kid, they didn't exist. So I don't have to be loyal to them because they actually didn't even exist when I lived in Ottawa, and I've lived in Montreal for 30 years, and it's always been the Canadians. They go by the Habs, is what they call them. Have you ever made stitch markers? Oh, I haven't made them, but that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. Actually, I was experimenting with, I don't know if you guys do embroidery, but I bought one of those needle punch for embroideries, and I was going to try to do a live stream doing that, but it doesn't work very well. I have to get the right fabric for it, so I'm not even going to burden you guys with that craft, because it didn't work for me. So I'm going to try that and see if I can figure it out. So let's see what we could do with this. So we're going to just take a pen and we'll loop it around. I'm going to try to loop it around 10 times. This is just an idea. We'll see how it works. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because this one I hadn't really figured out how I was going to form the flower, because it kind of looks like this. So let's see what we could do. I was thinking every two loops, you could just spread it a bit. So if we're going to hold it here and then just spread it, but keep 2 loops together just to make it a little more fancy. I've seen things similar to this, but I don't think I've actually made this particular design. So we're just every 2 loops, we'll just spread it a little bit. And I was thinking if we have 5 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so there's 5. But then how are we going to, I guess the question would be how to finish it. So if we go like this is like this. I guess I should have thought about how I was going to finish it, but maybe I'm wondering if you even have to finish it. Like if you do it like this, maybe what you do is just clip it. Okay, I'm going to try that. So let's just clip it to the back here. So we're going to clip that one so it's sort of finished like halfway up to the back. And then this one too. Let me just make sure that the circle is complete. Okay, so we're going to go like that. Okay, and then we're going to clip it in the middle. Like it's going to be hidden because it's going to be in the center. Okay, so it's just a matter of figuring out how we're going to hold it together. So if we go like this and we bring it around like that, so right away we have what looks like a little flower, which is really cute, very simple. But now the idea is like, how do you hold it together? So what I'm going to do is just I'm just going to go behind me. I have a cupboard with different wires. So let me see what I have. I'm thinking maybe even like a 24 gauge may be better. So let me just get a piece of the 24 gauge. Sorry guys, I'll just have a look and see. Yeah, I think I'll just get a piece of the 24 gauge. 24 gauge is good for like doing wrapping and stuff because the 20 gauge is really thick. So let's see if we just kind of if we just want to hold it together really. So if we put this through here, if I do like a little bit of a loop, because you want to loop it in, hook it through, okay, and just get that right through. I'll have to look in to see how other people do this one because I didn't really think about it. I just said, oh, I'm just going to give it a try and see. But I like the idea. So you might even want to use a thinner wire, but the idea would be you just kind of like pull it in because you want to hold this together. I have a feeling people do this type of thing like a chainmail type of thing. So maybe that's how they do it. They do it with jump rings. But if we just bring it around through here, okay, we'll just pull it tight. Okay, and then I'm just going to clip it, okay, and then this one too, you can just kind of, let me just get pull this, and we're just gonna, you could probably wrap it around a few times, but just for the sake of just showing you guys how to do it, or I bet, you know what you could do? I bet you could even put a jump ring in there, but just for the sake of showing how it looks, this is, this was the idea I thought would be cool, and it's, it's very simple. You can actually do several of them and make like a bracelet or something. I think that would be cool. You do this whole thing, do a jump ring, and then maybe attach them together to make a bracelet. Oh, I'm missing your, sorry, I'm missing your comments. Carmen says, oh boy, I wish I could translate this. I know hase is to make, arete is earrings, I know that. And hello from Mexico. Well, hello, Carmen. Thank you so much for hopping on. That's awesome. Joanna says you can add beads to that and run the wire through the beads. That's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. But this is sort of like a basic little shape. So my challenge to you guys is, why don't you make some of this stuff, and you can put some pictures on the Facebook page, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club. If you make this one, yeah, definitely let me know, and let me know what you do with it. I'm going to play around with that one a little more. And so as always, let's set up what we made today. I'll just set everything up so you guys can see. And then, yeah, we'll just keep the conversation going on Facebook. And also, if you don't have Facebook, I have the community section of this channel that I share photos on too. So if you don't have Facebook, just email me photos to info@heatherboydwire.com, and I can always share your pics in the community section. So let me bring the camera down, and Peggy's going to try that one. That would be awesome. And Marie says she said pretty and easy to do. Oh, thank you for the translation. That's awesome. So here, guys, so tell me what's your favorite of what we did today. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And as you can see, this is a fun hack to make earrings that are the same size. So I'll be sure to find out who asked me that question in the Facebook group and let them know that we kind of figured things out tonight, which is awesome. I'm going to flip my screen around so I could say goodbye. There we go. So there we go. Evoyan says, I love the musical staffs. Yeah, they're fun, eh? The musical notes. Oh, now you can see my messy cupboard. Do you want to see my cupboard? That's all my wire and stuff in there. It's not too bad, actually. It's not too messy. So there we go. Yeah, so we were upstairs today just to save the internet a little bit because the connection in the basement, I realize it's not very good because I'm away from the modem. So... and yeah, so Peggy says, have a good night. So, oh, dinner time there. Okay, so you guys are earlier than us. You must be Pacific time. But so thank you everybody for hopping on the live stream. That was a fun one tonight. I felt relatively organized, which was great. And we will definitely see you on the Facebook page, and we'll see you next week for sure. So